Yo, what up? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, here with another video. And today I want to just share another show and tell series video where I talk about this altered Underground C. It is a legitimate Underground C. It's a real card, but there was an added foil layer over it. So I actually picked this up, I want to say around the same time as my Black Lotus, just maybe a little bit beforehand. So this was around a 2010, 2011 circa pickup. And I don't know if you can see this, but it was proxied by alteredprints.com, and that's the artist's name. So this was a very interesting pickup. I got it for around, I want to say like $100 something plus or minus 50. And at the time, reserve list cards, the dual lands, unlimited, or sorry, revised dual lands were roughly, I want to say average $100. You mean you can get a plateau for like $30, $40. But like an underground sea, volcanic island was probably going to be upwards of like 130, 150, maybe even 190. I don't remember the exact details, but this was back in the 2010s early. And I found this as a steal on eBay. And I did verify that it was a real card. I actually brought this to a tournament once. And funny story, when they did a deck check for a legacy event, the judge, the store no longer exists, by the way, but the judge came up to me, told me this is a real card. However, you can't use it in a tournament. I actually had, I think, like two or three underground seas at the time, or maybe even four. And I was told to replace this underground sea with like an island or something. So that was really sad. And later on, like years down the line, I verified with other judges. I was like, is this tournament legal? And they said, well, in a casual setting, maybe you can allow it. It is a real card. But if you do a test with this card, you put it in a sleeve, put it in a sleeve with three or four other cards that are regular sized, no foil layer, and you shuffle them around, you could tell which one was the underground sea that was foiled altered. So this one was quite interesting. I don't know about the reputation for this website or the artist, so I can't really speak to that at all. But I will say that this was a very, very interesting pickup to me. After this card, I picked up like a several other underground seas afterwards. And I'm glad I did because reserve list cards will always go up in value. And even though this one's not technically tournament legal, I still keep it in my collection because of how special it is, because of how many stories I have with it. Another story I had with it, I actually lost this card for a good like 6 months. Honestly, my collection at home was like, back in my parents' house. I just could Everything was just so disheveled. I couldn't figure out where this card was, and I was trying to find it. And the crazy story is, this card was inside a box that my dad was about to throw away. And he was like, you know what? Let me just make sure there's nothing in this box. And it was inside a little slit inside the corner of the box. You had to like open the box and you had to look inside like the slivers of pockets inside the cardboard to find this. And it was absolutely insane. I almost lost this card. And that happened in, I want to say, like 2017, 2016, 2018, somewhere along around that area. And let's just say I'm really glad I was able to keep this card in my collection. It's a piece of history. It's a piece of Magic history. Underground Sea, the most iconic dual land. And I do put this, you can see that I have it sleeved. I actually put it in a vintage deck. Now, this deck I'm not going to be playing in any tournaments anytime soon. So I decided, you know what, I might as well just put this in that deck. It's not like perfect. It's not, I'm going to have to replace it with a real, not a real, but like a unaltered Underground Sea. To be clear, this is a real Underground Sea. It's just been altered. And because it's been altered, it's not tournament legal. So with that said, I think it's going to be part of my collection. I don't have no intention of selling this card. I just want to keep it in my collection and just kind of reminisce about the good old times back in the 2010s era. Magic was totally different back then than it is now. I mean, now you've got all these set releases, universes beyond. You've got cards getting released every 2-3 months. Every not even 3 months. It's like every 2 months you get a new set release, or maybe even a supplemental product, like at least one new product every month, or a secret lair. And I think it's important that we appreciate Magic for what it used to be with cards like Underground Sea, Black Lotus, all of these vintage staples. Cards like Underground Sea are never going to go out of favor. People played in EDH, people played in Legacy, and unfortunately, they have no intention of reprinting cards like this. So, if you ever do get your hands on one, I highly recommend picking one up. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for today. If you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I post daily Magic the Gathering and Pokemon content. Once a day, I upload one video. And take it easy, everyone. See you later.